All right. 18 minutes past 8 a.m. It's a Tuesday, third day of December 2024. You're listening to Smooth 98.1, your love music, love live station. And of course, your love entertainment station as well, because we're about to get into the world of entertainment stories, all the gist. And in between, this is the Grapevine. You know, we do this every Tuesday and Thursday on the Smooth Breakfast. Yes, we do get to bring you all the latest stories making the rounds in the world of music, in the world of movies, the big screen to a degree, all the gist. We love to have great conversation. You know, just find out what's going on with your faves here and there, and so on and so forth. That's what we do. It's an interactive session. So we look forward to you sharing your thoughts with us on the stories we're talking about this morning. It's always a great time getting your perspective as well. True story. So you can send those messages in on WhatsApp on 0809 444 0981. 0809 444 0981 is the WhatsApp number. And yes, indeed, join us on YouTube. We're streaming live at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Joining me to take a look at the stories this morning and, of course, give his perspective. Banter will be plenty. Believe you me when I say that. That's a real Nigerian expression. Irabor Okosun is also in the grapevine this morning. Good morning to you, Irabor.
Good morning, Aya. What's up?
Nothing too much, just keeping it real, taking it easy, and of course, navigating each day as it comes. That's where we
Uh,
are
uh,
right now.
Aspire to perspire.
You know what it is. You know what it is. You do the preaching, I do the motivational talking.
All right.
Combined, we're unstoppable.
I'm telling you, we should go and start a church slash, I don't know what else to call it.
We'll see what we can do on that front. But meanwhile, looking at the stories that we are going to be discussing this morning, let's start in the world of music and talk about Asake. I mean, after consecutive success with his first two albums, his third album, released in 3 years, Lungu Boy. Now, he has made history with that album, which has become the longest charting number one album on the turntable album chart. Spent 15 weeks at top chart with, which is essentially all the time since its release on August the 8th, 2024. With this feat, Ashake now holds the record for the longest charting album and song on the turntable charts. In 2023, his hit single "Lonely at the Top" became the longest charting number one song after displacing Omale's "Godly," which held the record with 11 weeks at the summit. I mean, Ashake keeps, you know, doing his bits and making great music. And I remember his song featuring Wizkid MMS recently earned a nomination for Best African Song Performance at the 67 Grammy Awards, which marks Ashake's second nomination in 2 years. So Ashake is still doing what he knows how to do best, still, staying on that level. And of course, consistency is very key when it comes to the music industry, Rebel.
Yeah, definitely. For the fact that he has kept up with an album each year since his break into the limelight, that's heavy work. That's something Craig David couldn't maintain, you
Mm.
know. Uh-huh. Despite having a very good first album.
I no, I
Because
think I think I think for Craig, he shot for the moon and then just went way beyond that with that
yeah,
first album.
I don't think anybody, who is in the music, in fact, any vocation really, you're not going to try to shoot for the moon every time. I think it's more of a mental thing, passion thing as well. I don't know, really, I don't understand everybody's makeup, but I'm just saying, if you're able to give us three good albums in your
Mm.
entire career, I feel you've done well. Now, for you to do it consecutively each year, then that's a testament to your, mental prowess and the kind of product you have in your genes, because having an album alone is heavy work. So Ashake, you have to give it to him, because there was a time towards the second album slash entering the third album that we thought it was going off the rails. He was
Right.
smoking heavily, this and that. The same thing that was going on with Rema, but again, I don't know if that motivates them or if there's, I really don't understand it. But my own is, if he's going to continue on this pace at this level, for sure, we should expect better and more things. I see Grammys in Ashake's future. You know, it's something that he has to win. There is no way, no how that someone like Ashake wouldn't win a Grammy or win multiple awards. Even the fact that we're seeing him now, breaking records and setting records and being a chart-topping album with his third album. So you can't negate his talent. I'm even liking how his management has handled things, keeping somebody like that at bay, making sure that he keeps putting out product. Because at the end of the day, even if you're going to look at somebody like LeBron James, who is with Nike and doing all this and that, at the end of the day, it is basketball that is the product that
Oh
made
yeah.
us notice him. You understand? So whatever Asake is going to look at Rihanna today, whatever it is she's doing today, it was music that was the product that made us see her. So Asake should leverage off this, to do other things, open new ventures that
Mm.
are related to his interests so that it can be sustainable. So, because right now, it's like a footballer. You can be hot at a moment, and the next thing something can happen. You tear an ACL or something, and
And it's
that's it.
all
You can't.
over.
Yeah. So who knows? So just capitalize. I'm happy for him. It's like 50 Cent. The guy came through, like 50. Like this. There's this song, "Every Day a Star Is Born" by Jay-Z. 50 came through like hurricanes do. You know, I thought I finished this in 92. So it's like Ashake just came. We thought it was going to be Benson. We thought it was going to be somebody else. I think it was Omale or Kizdani. Like somebody was just going to take over from the reins. But Ashake just came, nah, give me space. So seeing this right now. So yes, it's no surprise. The guy is a talented musician. So I'm happy for him. I just want him to do well in his life,
Mm.
personally as a human being. Yeah, to keep that going. Yes.
Yeah, those are the beautiful things that you love to see. I'm actually glad you mentioned Rihanna because it seems like you were in my head because I was going to reference her as well when you talked about, giving us three good albums because I remember when Rihanna started 2005, Music of the Sun, her first album, and then she gave us A Girl Like Me and A Good Girl Gone Bad, 06, 07. She then took a break and then 2009, 10, 11, 12. She gave us albums in each of those years before her
Yeah.
final album in 2016.
Yeah.
So,
That's why she has
it
mouth now to even decline if anybody asks her about an album or something. Like she knows she has put in the work already. So Ashaka is on his way to doing that.
Yeah, and we hope that he maintains this very, very high level of productivity when it comes to the product. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it should be quality. I mean, quantity is good, but quality also is something that should be considered uh, when all is said and done. All right, well, let's jump into another story. Let's talk about spiritual matters in a manner of speaking here. Now, um, the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God (RCCG) has revealed that one of the church's pastors was arrested abroad for addressing a gathering with the phrase ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we know that ladies and gentlemen is a salutation that that's been used in entertainment, in sports, in theater, in different phases of life since the 19th century. And of course, it's the salutation is unlike most English language gendered irreversible binomials, which typically place the male term before the female term, really. Now, what the pastor was accused of is or was failing to acknowledge on other gender identities, specifically non-binary individuals. Now, Pastor Adeboye has expressed his concerns about the world's moral decline, stating that the incident is one of the signs of the end time now era. But we've talked about stuff like this at different points in time, and I'm just looking at the let me say the ridiculousness of it that we've gotten to this point where saying ladies and gentlemen has become a problem in the world.
I mean, I don't know how far I have to go with my opinion here. Everybody knows my position on this subject. There are certain things I don't condone at all, like at all. So this is nonsense. It's see, hey God. When I saw this story, when you sent it to me, I just smiled. I said, I want to put me in trouble. But let's get into trouble. See, it doesn't make any sense in any way. You are either a man or a woman, period. Even if you're not by, like, you either go from one to the other. There is no other. It's two. Please give me another gender or another sex that is anything aside a man and a woman. I'm waiting. You only transition from a like that's it. I don't understand I'm happy Trump is president. That's one of the reasons I'm happy Trump is president. This whole thing needs to stop. And a lot of people need to stand up. Like a lot of people, like, why are we allowing such prevail? You are arrested because you said ladies. In fact, you didn't even say gentlemen and ladies, or you first even put the ladies first, or ladies and gentlemen. and you're being arrested. So how should somebody acknowledge everybody? So say,
Mm.
ladies and gentlemen, and every other person, or what do they want? What should be said? I don't understand. So a speech, an introductory speech should take 2 hours because you're trying to acknowledge everybody. That's why God made it man and woman, period. I'm not going to say anything further than this. They should just find a way to release the man, and the church, they should keep on firing in that particular area where they think these people are, because definitely it's end times for real. And as it is right now, nobody's going to control my speech. That's why I like it in my country. That's why if anybody wants to come and start doing that one in my country, me, I will fight it. I've been in certain circles. Yeah, I've been in certain. Look at, they are all around. You go for movie premieres, you go for fashion shows, you go for everything. Everybody's like, that's why when we talk about Bobrisky, I'm just like, how is this going on and nothing is happening? And we have a 14-year rule. What is going on? I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Is the devil the president of the world? Yeah, they say he owns the world, but my point is, like, in the government, like, what is going on in this? I mean, waiting. Ha. Please raise your children right. Oh, raise your children right. Try your best, because what is this? A pastor, and meanwhile you have pastors and people going on pulpits to say that they are gay. It doesn't mix now. I know we are all sinners, please don't get me wrong. But the audacity to be bold, to stand and say this is the truth. It's like you're a sinner. You know that fornication is, it's not as if you're like, God forget, what did they do? Fornication is right. It's wrong. You know it's wrong. That's why when you do, you feel bad after. But you're not coming on the people who say, I know this is it. I'm a gay person. Who are you? Let's leave this matter, beg. Please, I better not bring this guy to. I know what I beg. Like, I don't receive DMO. Not just the talk. I've received an American association DM me one time.
I would love to be. I would love to be a fly on the wall of your DMs, because I can't even begin to imagine the sort of messages that you receive. But hey, some things that need to be said need to be said. Let's take a quick break. When we come back in, we'll talk about more on it too. And of course, we'll also talk about the Billboard Music Awards and the Afrobeats category, as per the usual. On the other side, this is the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1. Don't go anywhere.
I want with it. As in, when I saw the story, I had to check very well. Like, did this happen abroad? I said, okay, it happened abroad, because I was like, how did this happen in Nigeria and this happened? So I now check. I said, what is going on here? Hey,
there's a lot of ridiculousness that is happening, and I can't begin to wrap my head around it. That's something as simple as, ladies and gentlemen, would would cause so much rancor, you know.
And it says free speech. Oh, you cannot free speech. So that means if I want to identify as a terrorist now, I'm like, you have to call me terrorist. Then you now say that one near a CIA agent, as if they won't shoot me.
Maybe it's in try and first now. And this is where I see you collect like that too. That's just the way it is, man. It's wild. The world is wild right now. Stay locked right here. Welcome back into the Grapevine on a Tuesday morning on Smooth 98.1, your love music, love live station. Ayokunmi here on a Tuesday. Yes, like I said, 3rd day of December 2024, 32 minutes past 8 a.m. We're talking entertainment and all the good stuff in the Grapevine. That's what we do Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:15. If you're just tuning in for the first time, you are most welcome to the fold. Yes, to the fold. I said it. I did not stutter. Irabor Okosun is my guest. He's still with me this morning. We've been having quite an interesting time talking about the stories making the rounds in the entertainment space and all that. So we're looking forward to you also sharing your thoughts with us. Send your messages in on WhatsApp on 0809 444 0981 0809 444 0981. We're also streaming on YouTube. You can find us at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. You can leave your comments there as well. And I'm actually sniggering right here because of Tayo's message. Let me take it. First of all, Tayo says, ladies, non-binary, and gentlemen, welcome to the grapevine. Olua Donald Trump, over to you, Tayo. You're also looking for trouble this morning. He further says, Asake channeling his inner Olamide with an album every year. He's doing it big and making it loud. Pastor Irabor prophesying into Ashake's career. You felt it as well, Tayo. I felt it too. He further says, artists need to stop smoking, taking stuff, and doing drugs. It's highly unhealthy. Truth is, everybody should stop doing it, not just artists. Everybody should stop, indulging like that. And shout out to Dario Art Alade and his wife on their 18th wedding anniversary. It's not been so 18 years. It's not been at all. Shout out to them, for being able to have been able to stay together for this long. Amazing stuff. Ibukun says, Ashake is a beast, brought in a new style and maintains steeze and composure. He has been imitated but never replicated. He continues to be creative with great songs to sing along to. All right, thank you for sharing that as well, Ibukun. All right, Irabor, let's get back into the conversation. Before we talk about the billboard, let me just quickly talk about Moana 2. Now I know that you play in the playground of the big screen movies and so on and so forth. So I would actually love to get your thoughts on this one. Now let me just take an excerpt of the story here. Now, the one Polynesian spirit and open sea sense of adventure is back in Moana 2, but little of the original's humor or catchy songs finds its way into this heartfelt but lackluster sequel set 3 years after the original. Now, Irabo, I know that some movies, they're so good, and then maybe the studios, the execs think, hey, this was so good, let's make a sequel. But it's not every time a sequel actually works. And in some cases, the sequel is done. Maybe, well, the first one was good. Let's see if we can milk, the whole franchise, get some more money out of it. But if the second product is not as good as the first, what's the point at the end of the day?
I mean, if you cue in Chief Daddy 2, if you cue in Equalizer 2, Denzel. I don't know what happened. Maybe Denzel that time had money
Equalizer 2
problems.
wasn't so bad now. But three, I
Was
don't know
bad.
about three, but that two,
No,
I
two,
still
two
kind of
was
liked
horrible.
it, kind of.
No, two was horrible. Are you joking? Let's not lie now. What was the essence of the whole weather towards the end? What were they? I don't know. So were they trying to be dramatic? Antoine Fuqua, like I don't understand. But anyway, it is what it is. Moana isn't all that bad. I guess they were just expecting. It's just like you release a Born to Do It album, and you expect to have your second album to be Get Rich or Die Trying,
Mm.
and your third album to be Eminem Show. I mean, sometimes it doesn't work like that. It's like Gladiator 2. I knew what they were going to do, and I am not knocking them for that. They just executed it well. It was just it's like, okay, this person is going to make jollof rice. This jollof rice is always going to be 7/10. Yeah, and it's
Right.
not bad. Yeah, it's not a 4/10. It's not a 3/10. It's a 7/10 consistently. So that's what I expected from Moana. Even Kung Fu Panda 2, it got better too at a point. It maintained a certain level. It didn't dip. As long as you don't dip beyond 0.1 or 0.1.5, you're fine. So people should just relax. It happens. They will still keep on the franchise. It helps with bonding with families whenever they're going to cinema for that particular genre, at the end of the day. So I really don't have any issue with this one. I had an issue with Equalizer 2. I had an issue with 2. I had an issue. Which other one again? Sequels I had an issue with certain other franchises, not this one.
Did you have an issue with Equalizer 3?
I had an issue with Equalizer 3 too, but it was better than 2. So I just kept quiet.
Huh.
I was like, okay, improvements. 2 was horrible. No, come on now. They killed his friend. Okay, I'm going to go back to like the friend didn't carry enough weight to go for retaliation. The friend, nah, the way they portrayed their friend, he didn't carry enough weight. I beg. Then you're now going to go and rain inside fight. Nah, beg. Nah. One of Denzel's worst movies. I would say it's worst movies. So I guess he was just looking to make money. Maybe the wife threatened to leave him. He was like, let me go and arrange myself.
Maybe we're gonna arrange one
Just
or
like
two.
Dari, I think he and his wife, I think the wife is 5 years older than him. Darius on his 8. So I'm fascinated by such relationships. I really don't get it. I think Darius got married when he was 25, Abi. I say, he
Mm.
try, yo.
And they
As a
married for
young kid,
18 years.
as a young man like that, like man in 25, 25, 25. Okay now. I
It's
married
not
an old.
easy.
Wow, I give the guy props. So I need to sit down and be talking to men and be seeing how things are working. Maybe I'm supposed to be marrying older, not younger.
Mm. Well,
Maybe there's something
when
I know.
when you talk to them, then I will then talk to you, to just pick your brains because chain, chain
Ripple
of
effect.
command, chain of command, as it were. Right. Let's get back into the conversation. Oh, I mentioned the Billboard Music Awards, and I really want to touch on this one, Irabor. So the nominations are already out. Thames, Burna, Rema, and Asake are the only Nigerian artists nominated in this year's award. I mean, they have nominations in different categories, but it's always the Afrobeats category that actually gets me. Now, in the top Afrobeats artist category, we have Asake, Burna Boy, Rema, Thames, and of course, the owner of 2024, as far as I'm concerned, Tyler. She's in that group of top Afrobeats artists. But in the top Afrobeat song category, it's Adam Port and Strive featuring Malachi with Move, Thames, our own Thames, with Me and You. And then we have Tyler with Truth or Dare, Tyler with Water, and then Tyler, Gunner, and Skillbank with Jump. It's a hat trick of Tyler songs in the Afrobeats, top Afrobeat song category, with only one Nigerian making that cut. I mean, Irabor, can we say at this point that Afrobeats is beyond Nigeria right now on one hand, or are the organizers of these awards still getting things wrongly?
It's beyond Nigeria, established already. The fact we have a category, the Grammys, it's already established. Now, yes, they are getting things wrong, which is why I always say we should package our own first. Because if you look at it, it's an American award show that has been considered to now be the staple and the global award show for many, which I don't have anything, wrong with it. My
Okay.
own is do our own package. See, whenever I think of Nigeria's situation, it saddens me. It puts me in this very great depression. I'm not lying. Like, honestly, I love my country so much. Like, I know what we have. So the fact that we cannot put together a great award show with support from I'll start with the government, not even the private institutions. Like, now you get your country to be able to institute yourself so much so that people will now want to come genuinely, and you are the one calling the shots. So not that you're going to France to go and sell your soul. I'm talking about like you are the one calling your shots. So if you channel this into music now, we're talking about these award shows. Tyler is not supposed to be having nominations for a particular category for Afrobeat song when you have Asake, Thames, Burna, Davido, Wizkid, Omale, Kiss Daniel, Rema, Alive and Active. I'm not saying Tyler is not doing work. I'm just saying, it doesn't make any sense. So they are getting it wrong, which is why we also need to promote our own outside and internally. Once we put ourselves in order, these people will not have all this mouth to be doing all this that they're doing. I really don't understand where this thing went wrong, where we have to seek this validation outside. We have to expect that, the white man is supposed to save us. Like, you already have. It's like you married a wife, they married a wife for you. At the end of the day, they now still want you to, they now need to put this thing inside you and so that you can, you have to stand up and do something for yourself now. So I don't get where that over-reliance comes from. It's good to be nominated outside. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking it. Please understand my distinction. I'm saying our own Hip Hop World Awards headies, they've tried. The guy has done his best. He knows if he do pass himself because he doesn't really have the finance to do the way he wants. I'm sure he has a vision as to how he wants that award show to be. So it's beyond me just seeing all these nominations and everything. It's like me, my own program, my initiative, when I'm executing, I have a vision of how I want it to be, but I can only do what I want to do or what I can do. So I'm happy for Tyler and everybody. I think she's going to take it. I don't think Thames is going to take it. If she takes it, I'll be shocked. But we need to make sure that our own is good too, So that even if you're going outside, it's like you have a group of friends or whatever it is. You say if you hold your own, even if you go your friend party, you are hailing, nice one, but you say if you know, say, nothing do you too now. Do you understand? So we
Right,
need to also,
right,
yeah,
right.
and it
Charity
doesn't make
begins
me,
at home, as they say.
it doesn't make me happy. I'm telling you, seriously, it doesn't make me happy for real.
Hmm. Interesting thoughts there. Okay, let me see. Is there a message here? Tayo on WhatsApp says, "I wish Nollywood the same success, but our business environment, featured person, ambition. We're still waiting for Idris Kola Elba to touch base somewhere in Africa." Tayo, I like how you proceeded to give every foreign musician, artist, or whomever a Nigerian name. I like it. Just keep it going. Keep it going. He further says, Irabor, brace up. Equalizer is doing another movie. It's now the Equalizer verse. Irabor is not going to be happy about this
No,
one.
no, I know. I saw Denzel's haircut now. When I saw his haircut, like as this guy, let's say they do Equalizer again because that haircut is not his everyday haircut.
I mean, Irabor, at this point in time, everything should be equal now. Should be equalized by this point in time now.
Ah, no, 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 no. I mean, well, again, please, oh, whenever I'm talking about a specific thing, people always think I'm talking about the entire general things. Like when we're talking about Chief Daddy too, people think, oh, I don't like Mabudu. I adore and respect that woman. I'm just speaking on one part. So if I talk about Equalizer, doesn't mean I don't adore and respect Denzel. He did a fantastic job with Gladiator 2. His facial expressions, legendary. He should expect an Oscar nomination. But I'm only talking about one bit. So I'm
One aspect.
compartmentalizing one aspect. Equalizer 2, no, 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 Denzel, sorry.
Hmm. Okay, finally, Tyler says, Hendrik is copying Diary. Well, I mean, I can agree with that one. And after you're done picking brains, finish, make a show working. Don't worry, Tyler. We'll invite you to the round table for consultations when that is done. But anyways, on that note, thank you for sending your thoughts in. And Irabor, thank you so much for taking out the time to join me on the Grapevine this morning. Always a great time having you on the show.
My pleasure, pleasure always. Drake should stop sending letters to the court. So they dissed you, collect it like that. Collect it like
uh,
that.
oh my goodness. Drake, Drake, Drake. That's a story for another day. I mean, I don't think he has anywhere else to turn. And he's like, man, what can I do? Let me go the legal route. That seems to be the only way. Baba
You
enter
enter beef with
studio and
Ken, you
cook.
enter beef with Kendrick, and you guys were talking on the one you people were talking. Wait, what did you expect?
Well, I mean, when you decide to dine with the devil and you don't
Ah,
lose and you don't use a long spoon, anything your
you
eyes
see,
see,
America they find Saudi Arabia trouble.
no. They,
Ah,
they maintain their own steez, oh, they maintain
okay now.
steez.
Mm-hmm.
Dead jelly. All right, Rabbo. Thanks a lot. Have a great Tuesday and great rest of the week as well.
Yeah, man, you too.
All right, thank you all for being a part of the Grapevine this Tuesday morning. Keep it tuned to the Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1. Got great music lined up for you, getting you all jiggy and, of course, ready to tackle everything that your Tuesday has to throw at you. Don't go anywhere.